This eye is not merely seeing reality, it is touching the truth.
A filmmaker always has that one film he or she gives credit to for inspiring the start of their film career. Many people say it's Star Wars or the love of movies as a whole in general that made them want to be directors, editors, writers, or producers. For me, the film that had its biggest impact must have been Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. Yes, this crazy action-packed, bloody, and vulgar film made me realize how awesome film can truly be, but for not the reasons you're thinking about. But before we get to that, let me talk about the first time I've ever saw this movie. I was in third grade when I was first exposed to this film, and I might know what you're thinking, like third grade's a little bit too young for you to be watching this film, and I agree, but let me explain. I was in Brazil at the time, visiting family, and I was staying at my older cousin's house, and I saw him playing the video game version of this film. Yes, they made a video game about Reservoir Dogs. It's actually pretty cool. But he didn't let me play this game, and I asked profusely. I begged him practically so I could play this game, and he didn't let me. Now, a lot of people may think he did the responsible choice here, not letting me play this super violent video game based on the super violent movie, shooting people and all that stuff. But that actually is what made me want to see this film even more because of why he didn't let me want to play it. So off to Google I went, researching everything I could about this video game until finally discovering it was actually made into a film first, before I was even born, in fact. The searches led me to watching short clips of this film via YouTube videos, and I kept growing more and more interested. Now I gotta watch this film. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff going on. There's a guy yelling at another guy. One dude's on the floor pointing his gun at the other dude that's towering over him. It's really cool. And I'm freaking out because of how awesome this film looks. So, I did what any kid would probably do at that age. I asked my mom if, I could watch the film. She absolutely denied my request. Shut me down completely. She said I should find better things to do, go outside and all that, and she kind of made me feel bad for asking, but that didn't stop me. Instead, I took to the internet and I searched for hours for the full version of this film online, and I finally got to see this film illegally online, full HD, or probably not HD, but you get what I'm saying. And that's where it all really started for me. Now, after watching this film, I was just completely blown away. I wanted to see more. I wanted to know what happens next after the film just came to its abrupt end. This is one of the weirdest films I've ever watched, and I mean that in a good way. It was told out of chronological order, which is something I've never even seen before. And it was also so cool how it was done and presented, and how all the action scenes were. The film seemed so real to the third grade me, and if I hadn't known better, I probably think it was based on a true story or documentary or something like that. It felt real, and it felt cool watching these guys talk, fight, and argue and retaliate, because it's so similar to how humans behave, in certain circumstances, that is. Now, being at such a young age, I couldn't really fully appreciate this film for how truly legendary it is, being with all the camera techniques and how the story was structured. But to me, at the time, it was just my favorite film. And while my parents didn't really approve of this, and neither did my elementary school teachers, it still left a permanent imprint on my film database that would later come in handy in the future. So fast forward to the future, now that I was much older and deeper into the film world, and I actually really knew that I wanted to pursue directing as a career, I realized I wanted to make film similar to that of Quentin Tarantino's, more specifically Reservoir Dogs. Now, that doesn't mean that I wanted to make a gory and vulgar action film, as badass as that may seem, but I wanted to submerge my audience into the characters, just as Quentin Tarantino did throughout the use of his dialogue, human relatability, and thought-provoking storytelling methods. Reservoir Dogs felt completely different and refreshing to watch. I'd never really seen a story that was told out of sequence, and I also never really seen a story about a bank heist that, never really showed the bank heist itself. This spoke to me, and it told me that maybe doing things the unconventional way is the best way. Maybe making something different and something people can connect to is probably what makes a movie so great. Tarantino showed me that by adding your own style to things will make you stand out, and it will give you your own spotlight to shine in. And I'll always thank him for that. So yeah, that's basically what Reservoir Dogs means to me, and the impact it had on my filmmaking career. It kind of catalyzed everything for me. So this has been Stefan Mafus, and I really hope you enjoyed hearing my talk and what makes me want to be a filmmaker, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.